Good morning, everybody. I hope you've had a great week. We're going to keep reading this morning in the Jesus Storybook Bible. Ms. Cassie read last week about Jesus ascending back into heaven. So today we're going to read about God sends help. Jesus' friends and helpers huddled together in a stuffy upstairs room. Even though it was sunny outside, the shutters were closed. The door was locked. "Wait in Jerusalem," Jesus had told them. "I am going to send you a special present. God's power is going to come into you. God's Holy Spirit is coming." So here they were, waiting. Actually, mostly what they were doing was just being scared and hiding. You can't blame them. Their best friend had left, the important people and leaders were after them, and Jesus had given them a job they didn't know how to do. Well, as they waited, they were praying and remembering how from the very beginning, God had been working out his secret rescue plan. Suddenly, a strong wind filled the little room, whistling through the walls, rustling the straw on the floor. And there, on everyone's heads, shining in the gloom, were flickering flames. Fire that didn't hurt or burn. And something more. Inside, in their hearts, they felt a strange heat, almost as if all the coldness and hardness were melting away, as if their broken hearts were mending. And God was giving them brand new hearts, hearts that could work properly. How it happened, they didn't know, but they knew God's power had struck their hearts ablaze, and Jesus himself was coming to live inside them. They had seen Jesus go away, but now he was closer than he had ever been, inside their hearts. And this time, nothing could ever separate them. Jesus would always be there, with them, loving them, whispering the promise that would get rid of the poison and the terrible lie and the sickness in their hearts. God's wonderful promise to them: "You are my child, and I love you. Make your home in me, as I make my home in you," Jesus had said. Could it be? Heaven was coming into their hearts. They threw open the shutters. Sunlight flooded their room as love had flooded their hearts, and the little room was filled with happy noises, dancing feet, singing, laughing. They unlocked the door and surged out into the streets as if they had never been afraid. Peter spoke in a loud voice so everyone could hear. "Jesus died for you," he said, "because he loves you. But God made him alive again. He has rescued you." People stopped and listened. The words sank down deep into their hearts and worked like a medicine that makes you well, like the antidote to a deadly poison, like a kiss that wakes you from a deep sleep. "Stop running away from God," Peter said. "Run to him instead, so he can love you and make you free." And Peter told them the wonderful story of God's love, God's never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love. How Jesus had come, all that had happened. There were lots of people from faraway countries in Jerusalem. They couldn't speak the same language, but as they listened to Peter, everyone could understand what he was saying in their own languages. Many people believed and became Jesus' new friends and helpers, and the wonderful news of Jesus spread like sparks from a fire to villages, towns, cities. Every day, more and more people believed. And so it was that the family of God's children, his special people, grew. One man was watching. "I'll stop this," Saul said. But this was God's plan, and nothing in all the world would ever be able to stop it. All right, guys, what we're going to do for our little craft this week is we're going to think about the fire that came down on their heads that did not burn them. So if you have a piece of paper, it can be construction paper. I just use printer paper, and make you a straight line across. And if you've got a larger head than this, as most people do, you can cut a couple lines across. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to get a stapler. Have your parents help you if needed. And you're just going to staple it shut, one end on the other end. Just like that, so that it could sit on your head, okay? Now, you can either get some white paper and some crayons, which is what I did, or you can get some colored paper, like red, orange, yellow, something that's going to look like fire. And then you can cut it out to resemble flames. But like I said, I just got some white because that's all I have here. I don't have any colored construction paper. And you can just color it to make it look like flames with red and orange, red, however you want to do it. So remember, it was like fire came down on their heads. And you can just color it, or you can just get the colored construction paper. And then once you have either your paper cut out or cut out and colored, however many pieces you want, I just did 3. You can put it together. And then you can staple it to the front of your little headband made out of paper, kind of like that. And then when you're all done, you've got a little headband that you can wear to remind yourself of how the Holy Spirit came down on their head, but they did not get burned. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson this morning. I hope you have a wonderful day in your house churches, and I hope you have a great week. Love you guys. Bye.